So the more fat burners, appetite suppressants that people take, the more pre-workouts people take, first off, one thing they show us in research is that the harder it is to absorb amino acids that you might be trying to take in supplementally, whether it be from protein or supplement. It causes amino acid inhibition. So you're not absorbing the things that help you prevent muscle breakdown in aggressive activity. Okay? So the more stimulants you use, the less efficient your body gets at using fat. That's why aerobic behavior is important. Aerobic behavior burns 60% fat. It doesn't burn a lot of calories, so it needs more time. But when it does that, it has enough time for your body to grab fatty acids and burn them instead of trying to eat muscle tissue. Now, a lot of people are going to tell me that that's not true. They're going to say, no, it goes right into fat reserves. It does not. Particularly in women, it does not. More research needs to be done on just women to show you, not a case study of 20 males who are halfway healthy that are pushing their bodies to the limit, because that's what's happening out there. Then they're re-spitting that research to you, thinking that it goes for everybody. It does not. Men and women's bodies are different, bottom line. Now, their metabolisms in general still work. The 3 energy pathways still exist for men or women, but how women respond over time to this is much different than males. So the thing is that aerobic behavior is not sexy. It means your body's chipping away at fat every single day, but it's doing it at a very efficient rate, 60%. So you're eating majority of fat, but it requires you to live a balanced lifestyle. Balance isn't sexy. Getting crazy insane and going in and doing 1,000 chin-ups is sexy. People with nice set of ripped abs saying all you gotta do is this 10-minute workout a day. It's all bullshit, okay? All of it. The whole industry. I'm sorry, if I'm bursting some bubbles, I don't really care. This is the truth. The truth is how people do. If someone wants to lose weight, weight loss is not athletic ability, okay? So this stuff is nice, but for short stints, maybe 8 weeks. 10 weeks, cyclically throwing it in. But by and large, most people are going to lose the fat they need to lose and continue to lose weight in an aerobic state. But that's not sexy. And everyone's going to tell you there's nothing with aerobic, don't worry about that. And I'm not talking about long distance running either, because if you get too high intensity long distance, you're talking about anaerobic too. Okay? I'm talking about people eating at a mildly caloric deficit, eating healthy, keeping stress low, working on some of these factors, okay? Over time, if I gain 10 pounds of fat, then I go in, I crash my diet, I take all these stimulants, I don't move much in my normal life, I have a desk job, okay? And the only way I'm gonna force a caloric deficit is with something that's very inefficient at burning fat. Over time, I'm actually gonna make myself fatter. I go in, I eat a little too much muscle, then I gain 10 pounds of fat again. I go in, I lose a little too much muscle, then I gain 10 pounds of fat again. The revolutions make me fatter. So over time, anaerobic aggressive strategies without other balance in there, without focusing on lifestyle and aerobic strategies, leaves people fatter. You're causing the problem that you're trying to fix as a coach or somebody who's just trying to fix their body fat or weight issues. So they can be done, but it needs to be cyclical. The focus needs to be on what is my life like all the time? And am I staying active? Because that's where the long-term fat burning benefits, body composition is going to come over the long term. That's just a reality. You're not getting around it. I'm sorry. These people today, when you put someone in a training program, you need to think about what the environment is of the individual you're doing it to. because it matters. If you got somebody that's willing to sleep all the time, their hormones are right, okay? Their eating's on point. They're willing to trade other things in their life and put them off to the side to do this one thing, then they're a good candidate for kicking their ass every day. But if they're not, if it's Cindy Lou who just looks at somebody on a magazine cover and wants to get fit, and you throw her into this and you don't prepare her for any of this, shame on you, because you're going to hurt her. And she's going to get a wrong idea about how weight loss actually happens. It happens over time with a lifestyle. Adaptation. People jumping in and out, or people that get a little taste of good results here and don't want to focus on anything else in their life, they're going to do more and more and more and more and more. And they're going to keep raising the bar. The problem is, if you keep raising the bar, you're going to put more stress on yourself. So you better eat more, sleep more, do all those things more. But nobody says that. Nobody says that. So a lot of people that are lifers in this HIIT and anaerobic community, CrossFitters, powerlifters, people who work out 6 days a week, people who run way, way too much, guess what? You're going to run into a lot of the same problems that these weekend warriors are going to run into, because your bodies can't sustain that forever. You need off seasons. You can't stay in these energy pathways. They have more cost than just a caloric deficit. What we see, particularly with women, and I'm seeing it all the time, so college athletes out there, my fitness influencers that are watching this right now, okay? My people who have been in fitness for a very, very long time. There is a way to do aerobic activity, weight training, but keep it real light. Keep it real loose, keep it real relaxed. Focus on one muscle group, tear that muscle down, eat all the food that you're supposed to, go home and sleep. That's fine, but people aren't gonna do that. Most people aren't, not for a lifestyle. And if they're not willing to do that, then don't give them crazy, insane workouts all the time, just trying to get them to lose 5 pounds, hoping they stick around, because that's not gonna work. You're gonna make them worse. Women, like coaches in the high school and college realm with female athletes, listen to me, you're hurting them. If they need to get better at jumping, you just tell them to do 1,000 jumps. If you want to improve their endurance, you just crash them down, break them down more. You should only do that for a short period of time. If you do that out past 3 months, you're killing these girls. They're not eating right. So I'm seeing all of these girls come out of high school and college, huge digestive issues, weight loss resistance, Hashimoto's. The number one fitness disease is Hashimoto's, everyone. It's the disease of doing too much. Hormone imbalance is terrible. People are wrecking their hormones right off the bat, and they can't get pregnant. They don't have periods. They're getting massive anxiety. They're having problems with everything that's parasympathetic. So women overstressing their body too much, staying in sympathetic dominance. That's heightened focus, attention, too much dopamine, anxiety neurotransmitters being produced, or excitatory neurotransmitters, glutamate, dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine instead of GABA, and others that are calming neurotransmitters. So they're always heightened in a heightened state, and they're never calming down. That means that all the other functions that happen in the parasympathetic pathway, like rest, digest, recover, remember, repair, sexual function, those start to decline at rapid rates because their bodies aren't going into rest mode. They're always staying way too hyped up. They're ripping their guts up, their gut apart. They're stopping their weight loss, and they're getting leptin resistance because people who get leptin resistance don't eat and crash their bodies all the time, FYI. So if you want to risk losing or never being able to lose weight again and going leptin resistant, go ahead and do the crazy, insane things that they're telling you online, and don't focus on your eating and your sleeping. A lot of people, you'll get leptin resistant, then you can't lose weight anymore. You should fear that. These are the things that can happen if all we do is stay in HIIT and anaerobic, and we forget that most weight loss, most life is lived in the anaerobic lifestyle. We need to start focusing on this again, getting people optimal fat burn for their calorie deficit, burning those fatty acids, living a healthy, balanced life. Not train insane, buy 1 more month free, go hard or go home. That stuff's nice, but it needs to be cyclical, and the focus needs to be on anaerobic or aerobic activity. I hope this helps.